Welcome, Taurus. This is Regina from Pacific Tarot, and I'm getting ready to do an August general monthly reading for you. This is a general reading. It is intended as a kind of meditation, affording you an opportunity to connect with your own answers, your own insights, your own concerns. I am not an external fortune teller gifting you with external information. This is information that is within you, and my role is to help to bring that to the surface. To some extent, it will not resonate for all of you. And it is natural to be frustrated, to argue with it, to get angry when you're trying to make it fit. Simply, it may not be your reading, and I'm okay with that. There are other options for you. Certainly check your other placements. You will find yourself somewhere in there. So your overall energy here is the beautiful Star card, Taurus. This is the card of a vision, a long-awaited hope, more in the sense of a direction, your North Star, something that pulls you forward through difficulties, through challenges. You may be in a period of having finally come through a period of great sorrow, challenge, but you are now finding hope in your vision of the possible. And this is pulling you through after a lot of difficulty. So the hope sometimes looks vague, it looks non-specific. This is a direction, as the North Star is a directional pointer. It leads us in the path of something higher, something that will benefit all people. And this is something that is emerging you and for you, and it is pulling you in a direction that is beneficial for much of your community or humankind in general. The Five of Cups on the bottom of the deck is describing really some deep soul searching that many of you have done. You've identified a pattern and understood that the disappointments, the failures, the heartbreaks are not the result of bad behavior on the parts of others. Rather, it is you taking full responsibility for choosing similar situations over and over again, not realizing that it was a false proposition to begin with, that you were giving away your power, your love to others, not upon their request, but because you believed that they needed you, when the reality was you felt you needed them. And as you have released that pattern, you may be mourning it to some extent. You may be saddened by the results of, that have come to fruition in your relationship as a result of that. You've learned to invest in yourself, to give yourself the things that you often have looked to others for, knowing that only you can be the author of your own power, your own best interests, your own most fulfilled and abundant life. I'm going to pull an oracle card to get us started, and this pops out. It is the Rhodonite gemstone, and the heart chakra is highlighted, so that's your core center. And no surprise, the key word is love. Love is a verb, so make it your most treasured action. I love that. I'm going to put that right here where we can see it. This is so characteristic of you, Taurus. Your love, your aesthetic, your desire for balance, for evenness, for fairness, to relish in the process of giving and receiving is very much your action verb, your way of living in the world. And that love can quite often can result in some great creative act, some beauty or aesthetic that you lift up in the world or in your environment. Because this is a general reading, it doesn't resonate with everyone. If it does resonate with you, if you find some value here, please like this video, share it with others if you feel inclined to do so, and subscribe to my channel, Pacific Tarot. I greatly appreciate all the tremendous support, the beautiful comments that I receive from you, and they mean a lot. They mean everything to me. So thank you for supporting my ability to do something I deeply love. In the 10th house, this is your midheaven, the servant of staffs, indicates you are inspired by something. There is a new idea, there is a new path or a new opportunity that you are investigating, you're exploring, you're responding to. This can be the result of a child or children that are showing you some truth about yourself, showing you a new way of doing something or a new field of activity that is deeply moving and resonates with you in a powerful way. So I like this because this shows you being fired up. The new moon in Leo of a couple of days ago is having an impact on your home. So this can be something that inspires you to make some resource that is close to you, that is part of your foundation, more available to others, or to get involved with something that reflects positively on your home culture or family. In the first house, the Eight of Swords, definitely describing your attitude in the present moment. The Eight of Swords tends to be one of a lot of anxiety, actually. I'm not going to say a little. That is untrue. I think given your sensitivity to the information in the world, the ability to have withstood so many challenges in a very chaotic world, it is difficult for you to turn off the noise. It's difficult for you to focus, as it seems as though you keep yourself surrounded by a lot of incoming information. Some of this information is chosen, specifically selected by you to elevate something you know, help you to improve upon some skills you have, teach you new things. And a lot of it is simply the opinions of others, many others you don't know, whose opinions are not trustworthy to you, but there's almost an investment that others know something you don't, or that you might miss something. And that, I must say, that sentiment propels a lot of our allegiances to social media as we know it these days. And it is unfortunate that we invest so little in our own sense of knowing and ability to learn about the truth or information as it exists factually in the world, rather than leaning on the pundits, the opinions of others, many that you already know you disagree with. So it does seem that constant noise, and this can be social noise, just friends, people around, lots of opinions about the way things should be done or who should be doing what, is having a negative impact on you. It wears on you, it pulls on you, it makes it difficult for you to sleep at night, it's difficult for you to turn this off. In the fourth house, the house of your home, the house of your roots and soul. This can even be your family history. The moon card is about some experiences that are uncomfortable to you emerging, coming out into the light, you facing some fears, perhaps seeking some support to have difficult conversations or experience some traumas or difficult um, relationships, looking at those more deeply. looking at your conditioning in childhood as the source of many of your irrational fears. This can also be about a fear of being successful or happy, or a fear of being on your own, so that you feel a need to depend on others, that you rely on others for things that you are afraid to give yourself for one reason or another. But these are questions that are coming up, and this card indicates to me that you've gathered the resolve to face some of these experiences, some of these personal demons, and that makes you particularly emotional or vulnerable. If you are experiencing this sort of rawness of emotion, it is something to note, and it can be the indication of some area or some self inquiry that needs to be addressed, because it's skewing your experience in the world. It's making you fearful and can be perhaps expressing itself in this way that you feel a need to check in with others, to gain information from places that you know are not worthy or valid. But it's this fear of being with yourself, asking yourself questions, sitting with the answers that you come up with or the questions that you have, and letting those emerge in their own truth for you. But that can only happen in spaces of quiet. Meditation, even your dream life, can be instrumental, instructive, even as it is disturbing to you. These are all things you can take note of, that are meant to serve you, to break you free, to liberate you from fears that continue to restrict your activities or keep you relying on things that do not serve you. In the seventh house of your relationships, the Hanged One, this is really about this ability to step back. So I'm even feeling as though there is some situation in your home, or your home becomes a refuge to others, including yourself, where you realize that in your one-on-one relationships, your ability to deeply connect with others, you are willing to step back and understand that you require another perspective. You need to see things from a different angle in order to accommodate the opportunities that are available to you. You're at a place where you understand that your deepest challenges have also been the greatest sources of information about yourself for you. But the ability to step back, to suspend activity, maybe to take a pause, to take a break, to have a conversation, a deeper conversation with an individual around what the goal is, what the actual point is, what it is that you're building, and how to look at taking that to another level. What kind of sacrifices have you made in order to usher in perhaps a peaceful relationship or a happy family? And what of those things no longer need to be sacrificed, but instead need to be integrated deeply into the fabric of a relationship, a family, a job, whatever the challenge is for you in particular? I'm going to clarify from the first house, the Eight of Swords, with the Lovers in the second house and the Ace of Cups in the third house. Beautiful energy. It almost feels like you're overthinking some obvious choice to make. Overthinking, perhaps, or analyzing a choice where the right choice feels very clear, is very emotionally connected to you, is been present, or is obviously supportive, gentle, joyful, elicits you the authenticness of you supports that. And perhaps it is the way that this opportunity breaks you away from a situation in which you are bound to obligations that makes you uncomfortable, makes you wary of this choice, that you have uh, been at a choice point often enough in your past that you have experience with discernment. You know the difference between uh, short-term gratification and long-term benefit, which is what you seek as the conscious part of the lover, your highest good, what lifts you up. Whatever lifts you up has benefits for everyone around you. And I do feel that you're having perhaps some difficulty seeing that right now. In the fourth house, the moon card is being clarified by the Seven of Wands in the fifth house and the Seven of Cups in the sixth house. So sevens here, you are on your path. Your home, stronger relationships, these are the things that ground you, that indicate your values. And you are in a place where you are recognizing the multiplicity of choices you have. Perhaps you're receiving a lot of invitations, you're being noticed, you're being offered things that once would have motivated you in a certain direction, but now you realize those perks are results of your making the best decision for yourself. So I feel that you're not allowing yourself to get distracted. You understand that the distractions take away from your ability to operate in that sacred space or that productive space of doing what you do. And this is indicative for many of the Tauruses I'm speaking to of a gift you've always had, a choice now, an opportunity now is offering you an opportunity in that particular field. And you are really working hard to clear away the distractions, the clutter that keep you from exercising this place of, for you, bliss, for you, joy. And you're realizing that as a result of devoting yourself to this gift or talent, this love that you have, you are receiving many benefits, but those benefits all feel as though they are side perks of you staying true to who you are. The Hanged One in the seventh house is clarified by the Page of Wands in the eighth house and the Chariot in the ninth house. So the Page of Wands is very much describing your incredible enthusiasm to start something new. It looks like in partnership or community with others, at least one other. And you are excited. You're excited to learn something new, but it's not from scratch. It's not as though you've never done a particular thing before. I feel like this is elevating a gift you've already had, something you've practiced a long time. Whether you've had the opportunity to expose it to others is less clear, but it looks like you're ready to do that and do that in a way that really builds on this desire to have your own space, to exercise your gift, to clear away distractions. And by distractions, that can include loved ones who always know they can lean on you or ask you for things that you always give, even to your own detriment. And now you are taking this space of not isolation, not saying no, not being cruel, but this place of, I need to do what I'm best at. I need to do this for me so that because I'm serious about making a particular contribution to the family, to a relationship, to my work, to my community. And you're really putting your skills and focus towards that end. For some of you, travel is involved. It certainly involves other cultures, unfamiliar territory for many of you. For some, it can be moving into a more spiritual direction from than you have customarily been interested in moving. You may be going back to school. You may be teaching at school or teaching a course. So this is an opportunity for you to have major collective growth, contribute to collective growth, be a part of that, a larger community. The servant of wands in the 10th house is clarified by the two of wands in the 11th house and the magician in the 12th house. Wow. Lots of choices here. So I see you working among associates, groups, associations, various organizations that are very familiar to you, where you've already established an expertise, but that you're now looking at taking that in an unfamiliar direction. You're now looking at exporting your talents, looking at distributing your resources further afield than you're aware of. And this makes you uncomfortable, but you know it's the right thing to do. You've been inspired by someone or something. The magician in the 12th house is saying this is really the whole point of these particular challenges you're undergoing right now. You're identifying your own voice, your own talent. You're developing a plan. You're focusing on a goal. And you now have the resources and the confidence to carry it through, to carry it out. Something that is according to your idea. It's not necessarily in isolation or to benefit you only. It's the opposite of that. But it has to start with your confidence. You have to step out and author this plan. And you will receive support for that. But you have to repeatedly step out and defend your ideas or your vision of what is going to constitute this success, what this looks like. And it isn't necessary to know how it all looks right now. It is necessary to continue believing, having faith and hope in your vision, and knowing that you're open to various ways of achieving that. I'm going to finish this reading with Soul's Journey Oracle card. And I pulled Surrender. I can release my need to control. It's hard to imagine that I can say anything more than this right now. Releasing the need for control as we sink deeper and deeper into a social disorder, an apparent chaos, or authoritarian institutions that serve no one. It is easy to try to grasp at absolutes as a way of achieving some sense of predictability or certainty. But your maturity and growth has taught you that, in fact, the opposite occurs when we hold on to absolutes and resistance to absolute power or authority. We end up polarizing a situation and forcing people to choose when it is a false construct. It isn't about standing against evil or war. That is assumed. Peace, abundance, prosperity is available for everyone, is achievable for everyone. But recognizing that there are many ways to achieve that is key. And you're opening up and trusting in your own resources and experience are part of the way that we let go of control. We have faith that when the challenges come, we know that we will do our best and we will be successful as our ancestors have been. Thank you so much for your time here. If you enjoyed this content, there's more here to check out. And until next time, Taurus, namaste.